Imagine wanting to create a world-class success story, but you don't have a factory, you don't have a magic formula, and you don't even have a better product than your competition. What do? If you're Logan Paul, you don't sell a drink, you sell access to a digital cult. You sell social validation and the illusion that you belong to the hottest moment on the internet. This is the story of Prime, the brand that proved that in 2026 attention is worth much more than the actual quality of any physical product. Today we are going to discover how two former YouTube rivals joined forces to execute the biggest influencer marketing heist of our era, and how they used your brain to make billions of dollars in record time. It all started with a manufactured rivalry. Logan Paul and KSI spent years publicly hating each other and fighting in boxing rings all over the world. They drew the attention of hundreds of millions of young people who chose a side in this digital war. But behind the cameras, they knew that attention was a currency that devalues quickly. They needed something people could touch and drink. In January 2022, they announced Prime. They didn't say it was just another sports drink full of potassium and sweeteners. They said it was the drink that would destroy Gatorade and Coca-Cola. They used the YouTube algorithm to create a David versus Goliath narrative where every bottle bought was a vote of confidence in internet culture against old corporations. The secret of Prime's explosive success was not the taste, it was high-precision artificial scarcity. They purposely limited distribution in the first weeks. They created chaos in stores and supermarkets. Suddenly, videos of children fighting over a $2 plastic bottle started to emerge. In schools, the Prime bottle became the new symbol of social status. If you had a Prime, you were the hero of the playground. On the digital black market, bottles that cost $2 started being sold for $50 or $100. Logan Paul and KSI did not try to stop this black market. They fed it with more videos and more suspense. They knew that the harder it was to get the product, the more people would pay for it without questioning its real utility. But Prime is above all a master of chemical and visual manipulation. They used bright neon colors that jump out at you on any shelf and in any YouTube thumbnail. They designed the label to be the perfect accessory for a selfie. But if you look at the formula, you will see that Prime is not what it promises to be. It contains electrolyte levels that are not ideal for the hydration of high-performance athletes, and the energy version was banned in several countries due to dangerous caffeine levels for minors. But for the fans, that didn't matter. They weren't buying hydration. They were buying a direct connection with their idols. Prime transformed consumption into a kind of digital tithe that fans paid with joy to continue feeling part of Logan Paul's community. Prime's marketing was the first to be designed entirely by and for artificial intelligence algorithms. They knew exactly what kind of video clips would go viral on TikTok. They created the concept of hype marketing, where the product is secondary to the event of the launch. They signed sponsorship deals with Arsenal, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, not to be a sports brand, but to be an omnipresent brand. They wanted it to be impossible to turn on the television or the phone without seeing the Prime siren. They proved that in the capitalism of 2026, you don't need to convince the customer that your product is good. You just need to convince them that they will be forgotten if they don't have it in their hand. However, the Prime empire is now starting to face the reality of the market. After the initial fever, the shelves are starting to get full and black market prices have collapsed. People started to realize that at the end of the day, it is just coconut water and synthetic vitamins. But Logan Paul has already won. He has already taken his billions and has already proved that the attention economy is the most powerful force in the modern world. He showed that an influencer with a loyal audience can destroy entire industries that took decades to build. Prime is the final warning to traditional brands. Either you become a show or you become invisible. The product is just a detail in the history of digital addiction. The lesson from Prime is clear and scary for those who consume. You do not control your desires. Your desires are designed in boardrooms by people who understand your brain better than you do. They use dopamine and the need for belonging to make you spend money on things you don't need. Prime is not a beverage success. It is a social engineering success. It is the triumph of fame over substance. The world has changed, and now brands are people, and people are brands that can betray you at any moment for another million views. And you? Have you ever paid 10 times the price for a drink just because everyone was talking about it? Do you think Logan Paul is a marketing genius or just an opportunist who used a younger audience to get rich quick? Subscribe to Global Titans now and hit the bell because in our next video we are going to talk about the secret behind Hermes and how they choose who can or cannot spend $100,000 on a bag. Are you ready to see who truly rules global luxury? The system is watching you, and we show you how it operates in the shadows. Until the next corporate secret, are you ready for the truth? Your attention is the most expensive commodity in the world.